Yo, what is up there, guys? I'm the Wiz, back at it again for another video with some more in-depth news about critical mode. So let's get right to it. Alright, all this news and information does come from KH Insider, so let's get right to it. Alright, when asked about critical mode, Taiyasu went ahead and had a bunch of stuff to say. So let's go ahead and read some quotes. We got a lot of fan reactions that people wanted to play a difficult mode. We understand and respect that, so we really went into creating critical mode and we wanted to do it the right way. So it's not superficial. It isn't just raising the HP for enemies, for example. We wanted a new experience there, and we realized that there was a lot we could do. We added abilities for critical mode, so you have a more technical offensive based battle system you can enjoy, so things like that can change the game. And also because the beginner mode, for example, and standard mode are easier, there are a lot of choices, but at the same time you're not forced into doing anything. You can do what you want, am I right? But for critical mode, you really have to think it out about what you're gonna do. For example, when I'm playing critical mode now in development, I realized that cooking is really important all of a sudden. For the beginner and standard modes, if you like cooking, you can use the cooking, but for critical mode, the wide array of gameplay that is there means you really have to utilize everything. Alright, so first off, I find that absolutely funny how he says that, hey, the cooking thing's actually important, like they know that nobody was using that thing. But wow, to actually go ahead and use that tells me that we could be in for a tough battle. Of course, with the cooking mode, you're able to create, like, you know, buffs and stats for your character, so Source would be a lot more stronger. But again, Kingdom Hearts 3 was a little bit on the easy side, and I don't think anyone ever really had to worry about that. So it's cool to see that they're making the game challenging enough that you can actually, you know, you'll have incentive to go play that minigame. So let's go ahead and read over here. Alright, so Taiyasu goes ahead and mentioned, it is balanced in a way that you can clear it without really leveling up, but you really have to think it through. Think about the timing when you are guarding or using your counter to make the battles more easy. Alright, this sounds like the basic stuff when it comes to critical mode. Usually, again, the enemies are a lot tougher, you have less health, so what do? You dodge roll like your life depends on it, and you just wait for that perfect timing to go ahead and attack. So let's keep on reading some more quotes from Taiyasu. So like I mentioned earlier, we adjusted a lot of the gameplay that we set out to create a new experience. Like creating new abilities, for example, they are sort of orientated towards the technical side, so people good at action games and know the exact timing on when to guard or to do a counter abilities are targeted towards that sort of gameplay. We wanted players to be able to clear the game in a fair battle, so we didn't want the people feeling like it was unfair and getting cheated, so we actually adjusted a lot of the AIs in enemies as well, and it was a big effort. We were all working on weekends doing this critical mode. We wanted to get it right. Alright, so a few things. Number one, they are adjusting the AI. Alright, cool. I've seen some complaints of like people saying that the enemies were just always kind of standing there kind of waiting for you to hit them. I never really saw that too much except for like kind of the big guys, but I never really saw too much of an issue with it. But it's funny how, again, even though they're balancing it, they're making it so that it's not going to be too crazy, that you don't have to do all this stuff, but you can if you want to get the upper hand on things. Now, what's interesting about this quote over here is that he says that we were working on weekends. Okay, you know, that's past tense, weekends. So is critical mode actually done? They did say that it was coming out very, very soon. So if anything, I like to think that they're maybe just doing the final tweaks before putting it out there. So last but not least, when asked about the difficulty of integrating beloved Disney characters into Kingdom Hearts 3, this is what Taiyasu had to go ahead and say. We watched the movies over and over again and really wanted to get it right, so we discussed that with our partners at Disney, see what they think throughout the plot. As a game designer, I really just go back and think about what my kids would love about the characters and what they would want to do with them. I think that standpoint about being honest and I guess having a childish sort of mentality helps you because we realize what our players want with the characters. For example, in Toy Story, you cooperate with riding a rocket with Buzz and Woody. There was a lot of discussion on what we wanted to do with Buzz and Woody, but at the end we think a lot of people just wanted to ride the rocket. It's very simple, but it's very iconic and very close to the heart. Just being honest and standing back and seeing what your kids or your fans would want to come up with ideas for that. Alright, yeah, some pretty insightful stuff over here. I actually love the ability of being able to ride on the rocket because, you know, that was kind of the whole big iconic thing with Toy Story 1. But even like some of the smaller things, like in the Tangled world, first off, like, you know, that's like the best world right there. When you're just interacting with the world and Rapunzel, when you splash water on her face, where you led the birds to Rapunzel, those were all, in my opinion, beautiful moments posts. I just love how they did stuff like that. But what I want to know is who came up with the whole Olaf idea. Oh my god, that person. I don't know what kind of childish memories they're thinking about, but that was crazy. Heck, I gotta be honest, I think I only messed up Olaf one time, but then I was like YouTubing it, and I'm like, there's like 20 different versions of Olaf. I'm like, what? I didn't encounter any of this stuff. So, wow, it's interesting to see that there was that many people having problems finding Olaf. So guys, that is basically it for this video. Again, what did we learn over here? We learned that they are, you know, making improvements to the AI. They are going to make it a bit more challenging, but not too crazy that you don't have to use everything that they give you. Of course, we are getting brand new abilities, and I'm wondering with these new abilities, will it only be for critical mode, or will it be for, like, you know, the game entirely, for standard and proud mode and all that good stuff? And of course, it seems as though we are going to be getting our challenged enough that we will go ahead and use Remy's recipe. So guys, what I want to know in the comment section below is, you know, hey, what do you think? Critical mode, are you excited? When do you think it's going to come out? Did you mess around with Remy's recipes at all? So guys, leave your comments in the comment section below. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, as that really helps me out. If you aren't already, you can follow me on Twitter, same thing as my YouTube channel, which is Ed the Wiz. I'm also on Instagram, which is MadSwag12345, where I post all the good stuff. So until next time, guys, I'm going to go ahead and say, bye, pal!